You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome to episode number 101 of the Battered Heat Fans podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Goodall. Alongside me, I got Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting, and we haven't heard anything about the Heat.
Was July 8th the anniversary, or is it the anniversary of the decision? It is, right? It was July 8th.
I believe so.
So is there a chance that he kind of just waits till today? Because today's July 8th. He gives us a little anniversary gift.
Man, that would be something. No, but unfortunately I think it's going to take a little bit more time. I think it's going to take another week or so for LeBron to make a decision. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong and we hear something today. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It would be a nice surprise. It would be a nice little present for today.
Shams came out, said Giannis wants LeBron. I don't think that was a secret. So I don't think it's a big deal that he said it. Shout out to Martel. I don't think it's a secret, but he came out and said Giannis wants LeBron. I mean, you could tell by the way he was in that streaming thing that we were talking about yesterday, right?
Yeah, but who wouldn't? Right?
And who wouldn't? The fact that we have to wait till July 16th, I mean, that's the last I've heard, for Giannis to get introduced. I feel like that is almost like a deadline. I think that we'll by for sure know if he's coming or not, which is 8 days away, right? It's next Thursday. I think by then we'll know. I hope that we find out today. I really do believe that it would be really poetic if 16 years after the decision, he tells us again, hey, I'm taking my talents to South Beach for a second time. But we just have to wait and see. Now, today shouldn't be a long show. Not too much happened yesterday, but I thought the biggest thing that was Heat related was if there was a player that I would have put money on that for sure would come over here and barely play possibly, but still be part of this roster, it was Khris Middleton. I thought he was a shoo-in because of his relation with Giannis, the fit. We needed to score off the bench. I really, really thought that this was going to be like a 100% he's going to be with us. And yesterday he signed a 3-year contract worth almost $18 million with the Washington Wizards. I'm not sure what the Washington Wizards are doing. Your thoughts on Khris Middleton? And real quick, Marcel said LeBron already knows where he wants to go. That's the frustrating part. You think so? You think that because supposedly he's going to listen to pitches? You don't think that there's any chance? Or maybe he's waiting to see if somebody can change his mind.
It could be. I mean, yesterday. I mean, everything that came out yesterday on LeBron, Shams or Windhorst or all the folks that cover LeBron closely. I mean, they've all said that after Jaylen Brown got traded to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia kind of made it into the LeBron sweepstakes. And so the top 3 teams in order of likelihood is Cleveland first, Miami second, Philadelphia third. Philly worries me a little bit. Not going to lie.
It's been a hell of a team if LeBron joins. It's already a great team.
Correct. I mean, you have Tyrese Maxey, you have VJ Edgecombe, you have Jaylen Brown, and you have
Embiid.
Joel Embiid, who if he's healthy, he could be one of the top centers in the league. Big if, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they scare me a little bit in terms of the LeBron sweepstakes. I'm not scared about Cleveland because if he goes back to Cleveland, it's basically like a preferential thing. Like he preferred to go back there because he felt most comfortable in Cleveland. So I wouldn't fault him for going back to Cleveland. Going to Philly, I think, is kind of like it's just kind of a, I don't know, like a bitch move. Like how everybody talked about KD when he went to go join up with Steph Curry in Golden State. I would see this move if he goes to Philly as that.
I think it's different just because KD was at the top of his game when he did that. And the Warriors were coming off of a 73-win season. Even though the Sixers look really good on paper, we really don't know what they're going to be. And LeBron is 41. Like, he's not at the top of his game. Very similar. I understand why you're saying the comparison, but I don't think it's the same. I do think it would be weird, though. I think that if he goes back, he should go back to, like everybody's been talking about, like there's a story behind everything that he wants to do. And there's no story there. Like, there's nothing. At that point, you're just chasing a ring, like legit. Like, this is the best chance I have at a ring. And that's literally the only reason I'm coming over here. Whereas in Cleveland, there's a story there. Miami, there's a story there. Even with Golden State, when everybody was talking about that, although I thought it was a weak story, the fact that he has such a big rivalry with the Warriors and with Steph Curry, and then they kind of come together to kind of do this like last hurrah, last ride with them together. A stretch of a story, but still a story. The whole Philadelphia thing, just I mean, it does worry me because that would be they would be the favorites, I think, in the East at that point. They're already up the top. But yeah, that does worry me also. But back to Khris Middleton. Khris Middleton, your thoughts on Khris Middleton? Because I thought that he would be a vet minimum kind of guy no matter where he went. He got 3 years, 18 mil. Your thoughts on Khris Middleton?
Good for him, man. Good for him. I mean, what are you gonna say? Obviously, the Heat were never gonna pay him anything other than the vet min. You have to really wonder what it is that Washington is doing, right? Because they drafted Bansta, they have Trae Young, they have Anthony Davis. Now they sign Khris Middleton. Like, is he gonna play? I mean, if he's not gonna play, why are you giving him $6 million a year? So you have to assume that he's gonna play some sort of role on this team on Washington. And Washington continues to bring in veterans, and they're trying to compete. I just think that they're just bringing in whoever, and they're not really building a team. They're just building a bunch of individuals.
You know, it's interesting because I thought he had played less. I'm looking right now, and in 23-24, he played 55 games. 24-25, he only played 37. And then last year, he played 63 games. I mean, he still missed almost 20 games, but I thought that it was a lot less than that. So, Washington is giving him his chance because he's 34 years old, injury history, and you give him a 3-year contract. That's wild. Of course he took it. He had to take that. He just got a 3-year contract. Yeah, for sure. But I really thought that was a shoe, and I thought he would come in and end his career next to Giannis and give us a little scoring punch or that vet presence in the locker room and on the bench. So I was surprised. But that leads me to believe that DeMar DeRozan is going to be more in play now because we do need a vet. We do need a scorer off the bench, somebody that could hit that midi, which is DeMar DeRozan all day. We still don't have that outside shooting consistently outside of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Simone Fontecchio. But and Combo. I don't know. We'll see. But
who, by the way, is going to be wearing number 4?
Yeah. By the way, I'm pulling out all my number 7s now. I'm rocking them all. I got my Lamar Odom today. Tomorrow I'll throw on the Rex Chapman. I just throw all the number 7s out there.
Perfect, man. I love it. Until you go and pick up the Giannis jersey, which you've been so much wanting over the last couple weeks. Thank God you didn't go get the number 34 like I had kind of egged you on to go do. Who would have known that he changed numbers to 7? I mean, it's crazy.
I'm gonna go back and look for that episode because I have a feeling I said, like, what if he changes numbers to 7? I have a feeling I said it. I don't remember, but that'd be crazy. But yeah, man, DeMar DeRozan I think is in play. I heard that Bradley Beal, the Heat aren't necessarily going after. They're waiting to see what other shooters become available. I think we're just gonna stand pat until LeBron makes a decision because I have a feeling that everything that Miami's kind of trying to figure out is kind of going to circulate around LeBron James.
I agree. Now, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here. Do you think the Heat waiting until LeBron makes a decision is hurting them at adding good pieces around Giannis? And Bam, obviously, a lot of folks have come off the board over the last few days. Is this hurting the Heat's chances at improving their roster because they're holding out for LeBron James? And would this be the second time that LeBron James screws the Heat? Because we know that he screwed them in 2014 when he didn't even meet Pat Riley, and he took his talents back to Cleveland and kind of left us out to dry because if I remember correctly, we drafted Shabazz Napier because and so could this be the second time that LeBron does that? And if it is, and he ends up going to Philly or Cleveland, and he kind of has us on the hook for this long, I mean, are fans going to be extremely upset at him for doing that, or are they going to be understanding and know that, hey, this is maybe his last contract? We're just going to be okay with wherever he goes.
A couple of things. First, I don't think that we're missing out too much because there isn't too much on the table right now. Like right now, I don't think we've missed out on anybody because we waited for LeBron, and I can't see anybody that's available at the moment that if LeBron wasn't available, that would be running to get. So I don't think too much. Maybe there is a player here or there that maybe we would or could, and we haven't yet because we're waiting. But I don't think there's anybody that I'm like, oh my God, we lost out on him because we're waiting on LeBron. And the other thing, I don't think that anybody's gonna, at least I don't think anybody would kill LeBron for taking too long, just because, in all honesty, it's the media and the fans that are hyping up this whole LeBron thing. It's not like LeBron came out and said, like, hey, I'm considering going back home, like, hold the spot. Like, it's us that have kind of built it up. So I don't think that falls on him at all. Like, he left. Yeah, the first time he left, it was sour for sure, the way he did it. But I don't think it falls on him right now, because at no point did he give anybody any inkling that, hey, the Miami Heat are an option. It's Shams that told us, hey, the Heat are in play. But LeBron didn't. So I don't think that anybody should hold ill will towards him if he does that. Now, if he ends up on the Knicks, then yes.
Nah, he's not going to end up on the Knicks. But I'll tell you this. He doesn't end up on the Heat. I'm going to boo the hell out of him whenever he comes to Miami with whatever team he is.
That's because you hate LeBron.
I don't, man. I'm only a fan of the Heat, man. And I'm not a fan of players. So if you play for the Heat, I'm going to give everything I have to cheer for you. But if you don't, dude, I'm going to boo you. Yeah. I'm not a fan of players.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't root for the Lakers, but I've always been a LeBron fan. So,
I mean, I'm the guy with Dwayne Wade when he went to Chicago. So,
damn, that's fucked up. All right. I think that's it for today. Khris Middleton off the board. I think DeMar DeRozan would be a perfect replacement. I still think that DeMar DeRozan is chasing that ring. I think DeMar DeRozan could be that guy that we end up getting. Bradley Beal, apparently, we haven't contacted or we're not chasing at all. So we'll see. Any final words, Solana?
No, hopefully we get a beautiful surprise today, 16 years later. And if we do, we'll be back tomorrow to discuss the decision 2026. And if not, then, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens over the next few days. I'm sure a lot of new players are going to be released from their teams, right? And there's going to be a pool of players that the Heat are going to be able to choose from. Obviously, you mentioned DeMar DeRozan. But we'll see who else falls into that. Could be Zach LaVine, could be Duncan Robinson. There's a lot of names that are just going all around the place. So we just got to sit tight and wait.
By the way, there's this white guy that's playing for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers called Pell Larson. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's balling out. If we were to sign somebody like that, that might be a big get for the Miami Heat.
You're telling me that there's a free agent playing in the World Cup qualifiers in Europe, and nah, you're messing with me, man. That guy's
he dropped 30 the other day. I think he's a baller, and I have a feeling that he's gonna be really good this upcoming season. And nobody really seems to think about him that he should hurry up and snatch him up, because that kid's gonna be a baller, and people are gonna know his name very soon. So hopefully that he can get. So if they miss out on Khris Middleton, at least they can try to get somebody like that.
Hey, Nikola Jovic is having himself a World Cup qualifier.
But he did the same shit like last year or the year before, man.
Hey, man, I get it. But look, he's an interesting case, right? He's an interesting dude, and he needs, and you've mentioned it on all 100 episodes that we've done prior to this. I'm sure you've mentioned at some point that Nikola Jovic, he needs to be confident. If he loses the confidence, he becomes a completely different player. So, look, I don't want to get excited. I know what Pell's doing is unbelievable, and he's more consistent than Nikola Jovic. But you have to be, as a Heat fan, you have to be happy, or you have to be excited to see that, hey, he's actually doing what we tried to get him to do. Now, we just have to figure out, is this a difference between, like, national team Jovic versus Heat Jovic? Is he like,
we see that a lot in football or soccer? We see that a lot in soccer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he like James, where he balls out for the national team and not for
disappears for the clubs
team? Yeah. I don't know, man. It could be.
maybe. No, but that happens with a lot of players. Who was it? Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier was such a scrub in the NBA, and then he put on that France kit or the French jersey, and he'd ball out. You'd be like, what the Evan Fournier dropping fucking 30 pieces. He never misses from three. Evan Fournier is that guy in the basketball world, where, like, in the NBA, he was like, yeah, he's okay. He's a decent player. But put on that France jersey, and he was an absolute baller. So All right. I was gonna say something else, and I completely just forgot. It was gonna be LeBron related, but it just slipped my mind. Oh well. All right. You give me your final words. I appreciate everybody that's checking us out. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 500 subs, and we'll be back. Man, what the fudge was I about to say? Oh, real quick, I just remembered. I was watching a video somewhere. Jeff Teague was having a conversation with Larry Bird, and Larry Bird said, "I have 2 rules about players that I sign." I forgot what the first rule was, but the second rule was I will never sign anybody that plays with LeBron James or that has played with LeBron James, because he makes them look better than they really are. Like once they leave LeBron's side, kind of like when a player that's like an undrafted player ends up leaving the Heat, they're not as good. He says the same thing about LeBron James. Nikola Jovic will look like a baller next to LeBron James. Pell Larson will look like a baller next to LeBron. LeBron James will bring everybody up. So that's what I wanted to say real quick, because I just remember when you were talking about Jovic, I was like, you know what, maybe LeBron can do something with that. So we'll see.
We'll see, man. I'm excited.
Me too. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave 5 stars in a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And we'll be back next time there's any type of news. We're going to be on here talking about it. So until the next one, have a good one.